Hello, I'm David Johnson, and it's an honor for me to be president of Johnston Community College, especially in these times. On behalf of JCC, I thank you and everyone in our community who is helping to make our lives safer during these unprecedented times. We value each profession, especially our health professionals these days, every trade and the skills and talents of those working to ensure the essential functions of our communities and that they continue to operate. Thank you for being brave for all of us. To the dedicated JCC faculty and staff and students, thank you. We appreciate your demonstrating the meaning behind one college. I'm proud of the teamwork you are showing to make sound decisions and quickly transition to new ways of operating, instructing, and learning. I'm especially proud of how supportive you have all been, communicating words of encouragement, sharing resources, checking in on one another, and doing what is necessary to continue to thrive. We also want to express our sincerest gratitude to every supporter and donor who has provided us with the resources we need to fulfill our mission. The work you are doing is making a difference, and it's being felt far beyond these campus walls. So stay strong, be encouraged, knowing that together we will persevere because we are Jaguar Nation and we are JCC proud.
You are not alone.
You are not alone.
Because we
are in this together.
Together.
We are social distancing.
We are staying home.
Playing at home.
Studying at home.
Working at home.
We are working for you.
For you.
Because we
have hope.
We
are in this together.
We are in this together.
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 Because we
are one.
We are one.
We are one.
We are one.
We are one.
We are one.
One college.
We are one college.
We are one college with endless opportunities.
Hello and good afternoon to everyone that is tuned in streaming with us, and thank you for joining our third broadcast of Jaguar Jabbers Virtual Resource Fair. My name is Kendra Arnold and I'm your host for this evening. Throughout our live stream, if you all are streaming from Facebook and hear something you think is beneficial that you didn't know, or just simply want to show your Jaguar pride, please do so by sending us hearts and thumbs up as we move along. This afternoon on our Jaguar Jabbers Virtual Resource Fair, student activities, student support services, and accessibility. You will hear from Derek Arnold, Director of Athletics and Coordinator of Student Engagement, Felita Carr, Director of TRIO, and Bruce Pomroy, Accessibility Services Coordinator. If you all have any questions throughout our presentation, please send them in. So let's jump right in. Derek Arnold, Director of Athletics and Coordinator of Student Engagement, has been in education working hands-on with students for over 20 years. Along with student activities, Derek also serves as our Director of Athletics. Athletics, along with student activities, are collaborating once again to introduce JCC's first NJCAA competitive esports team. Derek, can you share with our community and students how they can become involved on campus with student activities and athletics?
Why, certainly. Thank you, Kendra. First, I'd like to welcome everybody that's on, coming in to get more information about our great community, our great college and Johnston Community College. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The first thing I want to urge everyone that is on this, that's here streaming with us today, is to get involved. Yes, that's indeed. Get involved, get engaged with campus life. That's one of the great things about that transition and moving on from high school into college. Even if you've been away from college for some time and then you're coming back, but get involved with the activities that are on campus. Engage yourself on campus. Engage yourself with other students, faculty, and staff. Next slide. The Student Government Association is the umbrella in which all clubs and organizations actually fall under. Myself, I'm the advisor for the Student Government Association, along with Ms. Sherelle Hinton. She's our co-advisor for our Student Government Association. Heather Schultz is our current president, and she also actually has a standing meeting with our president, Dr. David Johnson. And in this meeting, she has an opportunity to express all the concerns and the things that students are encouraged and want to see on campus at Johnston Community College, as well as just to give praise to the things that we're already doing as a college in general as a whole. It's another opportunity for your voice to be heard within the Student Government Association Senate and the Senate meetings. They're held once a month, and it's an opportunity for you to come in and make motions about things that you want to see done at Johnston Community College. Once again, the Student Government Association is your opportunity for your voice to be heard, as that voice is being taken all the way up to Dr. Johnson, our president, with Heather Schultz. Next slide. Some of our clubs and student organizations on campus, as you can see here, we have a wealth of clubs that we currently have on campus. Some involved and are directly related to some of our programs of study, like the Paralegal Club, psychology, our psychology club, and also our radiography. But then we also have leadership clubs, as you see there, the National Society of Leadership and Success. That's actually a national organization in which we hold a chapter at JCC, and also serves as the leadership component for student services. We also have a wealth of other clubs on campus, as well as the Jag Crew dance team, and that's headed up by Miss Shadika Thorpe. And all this information is also located in your Blackboard account, as far as in our clubs and organizations advisors contact information. So it's a wealth of clubs that we have on campus for you to get involved, as well as the Spanish club, if that's something that you want to become more fluent with Spanish, but just to participate. So I can't urge you enough to take advantage of one of the clubs that we have on campus with one of our clubs and organizations. Next slide. Also about that engagement and getting involved is to become for you to like us or to come onto our social media outlets. As you can see there, our athletics website is JCC Jaguar Pride, which will get all the updated information on all our schedules and rosters for all of our teams, men's basketball, women's basketball, men and women's golf as well. And that's where you can go get all the updated information and the cutting edge, not only just on athletics, but within the NJCAA and as well as the college itself. Because as we do post headlines and things stories from the college itself of other things that's going on campus. As you can see, our Student Government Association has several different social media platforms as far as Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So feel free to go on and join us, like us, push the blue thumbs up, all those great things in social media that we like to do, and get involved and get in the know and get updated. Next slide. Just once again touching on a little bit of our athletic programs. As you can see, we do have, like I spoke previously, we do have men's and women's basketball, men's and women's golf. We're actually in the process of recruiting. So feel free to, if you're an athlete and you want to participate and try to get on one of the rosters of one of those teams, feel free to go onto our website, JCC Jaguar Pride, and fill out one of our questionnaires. That questionnaire actually goes directly to our head coach's inbox. So if you want to become part of our athletic department and become part of one of our teams, feel free to go to JCC Jaguar Pride and fill out one of the questionnaires. And we do give out scholarships for our teams. So hey, if you're good enough, let's talk about it. Let's get you involved. Next slide. Next slide. Here we go. Next slide. I can't urge you enough for you to check your Blackboard account frequently throughout the day as you're a student at JCC. All our activities and our events come through your Blackboard account. You have a student life tab within your Blackboard, and our activities are actually advertised through Blackboard. So bb.johnstoncc.edu is where you want to go multiple times a day. My suggestion is you want to go on your Blackboard account once before coming to campus, 2 to 3 times while you're on campus, and once you leave campus. You want to be informed and stay updated of all the updated information for our student activities and athletics. It's going to come through your Blackboard account. I can't urge you enough. Check your Blackboard, as well as your email accounts. Make sure you're checking both of those as information for the college is disseminated through those 2 mediums. Next slide. Some of our events that we have on campus, some of our major events, we love Welcome Back Week. I think that's going to be even more important this year, have a lot more significance as our Welcome Back Week, seeing that the pandemic that we're currently in right now. But we have several activities going on throughout that week. One of those is What's the Scoop, where we actually give out free ice cream. All of our student activities are free to our students to our students as they do pay student activity fees. So like I said once before, you definitely want to get involved, for all of these activities are just free and open to you. One of our other major events that we have is what we call Movie on the Lawn. We actually bring a blockbuster hit right to campus before you can actually stream it into your home. It's free to yourself, faculty, and staff. We actually give free popcorn as well, and we open it up to the community for us to bring one of those blockbuster hits right to the lawn of JCC, and just bring your blanket, bring your lawn chairs, bring your family, bring your friends. Don't bring your dogs, though. We can't have no dogs, but bring everybody you can to our Movie on the Lawn. Like I said, get involved. It's an activity that's great, and our students love it. We also have what we call Fall Fest and Spring Fling. Those are 2 huge activities for us on campus. It's a campus-wide event where all students and faculty staff are invited, and it's just a big fair type atmosphere where we bring in vendors, we bring in food, and we just have an array of games and food and rides and those things similar to the North Carolina Fair that we see here, that we have in the fairgrounds. So we bring that atmosphere and we bring that activity right to campus. And once again, it's free to you as a student. Next slide. So just to talk a little bit about that, like I said, Movie On is a great one. CLUBFEST is an opportunity for all of our student organizations and clubs to be able to set up and give information out to all of our students that are interested in joining a club. Once again, I can't stress it enough. Get involved, and learn more about our clubs and organizations that we do have on campus through our CLUBFEST. Next slide. So at this moment, as you can see, we have several different activities going on. We have great energy, we have great atmosphere, and we cannot wait for you to come on campus and join our Jaguar Nation. Jaguar Nation, rise up. Are there any questions?
Thank you, Derek. We do have one question. A student would like to know, how do I start a club?
That's a great question, Kendra. Sometimes we do have a lot of clubs already on campus, but then sometimes there's students that have an interest that we just don't have a club start up for them. So what I ask those students to do is just come to my office, sit down, and let's talk about it. You know, get several friends to that also have like interests, and we'll find you a faculty or staff advisor. We'll get that club started with the proper paperwork and actions that we set forth throughout student services and the right signatures. We can get that club started. Hey, we don't have a surf team right now or a surf club. I think that'll be great.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Derek. To our viewers, while you're watching, and at the end of our stream today, we would like to ask that you share our video to help us spread the word about your local community college, Johnston Community College. All right, moving right along. Felita Carr has 20 years of experience working in 2 TRIO programs, Educational Talent Search and Student Support Services in the state of North Carolina. As the Director of TRIO, Student Support Services, her role in TRIO at JCC allows her to support students while providing comprehensive services to students enrolled in the program. She also represents JCC and TRIO on all project-related matters to the support of the students and staff. Today, Ms. Carr will share with our community information about TRIO, its services, and how to join.
Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to today's session. I am Felita Carr, the Director of TRIO here at JCC, and I am so delighted to share more information about the TRIO program. So let's talk TRIO. Next slide. Go ahead. So TRIO is a support services. Our name is Student Support Services, and we provide support to students that is designed to assist them in their academic goals while here at JCC. Our ultimate goal is to assist students to graduation and or transferring to the institution of their choice. We focus on holistic, comprehensive services to support our students towards progress and achievements. Every year we serve 160 students, and we have openings right now today. So if we say something that's interesting to you, please reach out to me and let us know how we can serve you so that you can fill one of those openings. As I said earlier, we're multifaceted, and we have several components within TRIO in hopes of helping students find their niche while they're enrolled in school. So we're going to share a little bit of those things with you today, and hopefully you'll find something very interesting. In addition to the overview of what I just gave, we offer a lot of services, and I want to share a few of those with you. One of our hot topics with our students happens to be our free printing. Students who are enrolled in the TRIO program have the opportunity to print free anytime that they are in our TRIO suite, which is great because if you are a student anywhere on campus and you are in a lab and you need to print, you have to pay for each page. So that is a big relief for students. It supports and helps students a lot, and we're glad that we can offer that opportunity. But we also focus on transfer coaching, academic advising, helping students find scholarships. We offer volunteer opportunities as well as leadership opportunities for our students. So we have a lot to offer, and we're going to dig in a little bit into some of those things right now. So next slide. We offer tutoring every semester and during the summer semester. Even during this COVID-19 time, we're offering virtual services. Our tutors, we have 4, and they are Misty, Sue, Chris, and Felicia. They are nationally certified tutors. That means they can tutor anywhere across the country because they are certified to do so. And we're happy to have them right here on campus within TRIO. They are also certified as academic coaches. Great thing about our tutors and the way that they support our TRIO students is that they are actual JCC graduates. and they tutor in the courses that they actually took as students. So that makes them very familiar with the content and the instructors here on campus, and they are able to support the students in a more supportive way because they understand where they're coming from. We tutor in subjects such as English, math, accounting, medical office, computers, etc., offering tutoring in approximately 30 courses. So lots to offer in that realm for our students. So please take advantage of that opportunity. Next slide. In addition to our other services, we provide leadership opportunities and volunteer opportunities to our students because once you leave JCC, you're going out into the world and you're going to need those skills to help you be successful. So one way to do that is through our TRIO Service Committee. This is what we call TSC, and it is one of the committees that Mr. Arnold or groups or clubs that Mr. Arnold spoke on. You have to be, however, a TRIO student in order to participate in TSC. This is our volunteer group, and it is led by a student. The students come up with all of the activities that they're going to do and provide services on campus and off campus activities. Our success coach, Miss Johanna Thatch, serves as the advisor for this group. And mainly what she does is make sure that they don't break any rules, but the students take care of all things TSC as it supports the students. Next slide. If you're looking for an opportunity to be a mentor or to be mentored, TRIO also provides that as well. We have what we call PALS, Peer Assistance Leadership and Support. And this is also a student-led group as well. This group provides mentorship to students that may be arriving on campus for their very first time and may be unsure of resources and where things are located on campus or who to talk to for issues or concerns. So our PALS group serves as that support to a new student. Not necessarily all new students. It could be a seasoned student or what we call a continued student that may need support throughout the semester, and the PALS group provides that as well. The PALS group is monitored by our very own Mary Lowry, so she serves as the advisor for this group. Next slide. TRIO is a strengths-based program, and what that means is each student, staff, work study student, tutor has taken the Clifton Strengths Finder. And the Clifton Strengths Finder helps us determine where we operate in our best realm. When we are working at our best, we find that when students know that, they can run and take off and do great things. So from the beginning, we want students to know where they're actually doing their greatest. So students take the assessment, and we use that assessment to guide students throughout their academic journey while here at JCC. And this assessment, again, is free. All of the services that we provide for our students are absolutely free. We just ask, because Mr. Arnold said, to get involved. Next slide. One of our goals is to help students not only graduate, but to also transfer to that institution of their choice. If you are part of the TRIO program, then you have an opportunity to also be a part of the TRIO Transfer Academy. And the Transfer Academy focuses on all of those elements related to transferring, what that means, how to transfer, when to begin paperwork. We have special topics that we work towards to help our students understand what that process looks like. One of the things that we're very proud of is through our Transfer Academy is that we bring the college representatives to JCC. So they visit TRIO, and they're actually able to sit one-on-one with our students and answer those questions for those students. What better way or what better person to answer a question about UNC Chapel Hill or Fayetteville State University than to have an actual representative from that school. So students are able to get their questions answered without the fear of going to a strange place for your campus, but can come to TRIO and have those questions answered. In addition, those students that are part of the Transfer Academy, once they're comfortable, we actually take the students to the campus so that they can visit once they feel a little bit more comfortable and have some questions under their belt. They can actually visit the campus with us and see if that institution is really a good fit for them. So the three groups that I've named, PALS, TSC, and Transfer Academy, are all available to TRIO students You just have to be a TRIO student. So more opportunities to get involved, knowing what your resources are and who to contact for those resources is a big part of what we do in TRIO. Next slide. So as I mentioned earlier, we're huge on leadership in our TRIO students. We're often very proud to know that TRIO students are the president of NSLS or Phi Theta Kappa or any of the clubs that Mr. Arnold mentioned earlier. Those are often TRIO students. They have built up those leadership skills, and TRIO is always in the corner supporting those students, cheering them on and let them know that they can lead this group. You have those skills. We've seen those skills within you. So we see that determination and we try to push it forward through students. Next slide. So with TRIO, we're always doing something. We're always very busy. Of course, academics is in the forefront of what we do, but we also like to have fun. We're there through the highs and sometimes lows. Yes, students have lows, but we're there for those as well. So some of the photos that we have featured here are some of our students in celebration mode with us, with awards and honors, graduation. We also take field trips outside of JCC. We're able to visit plays and baseball games and things like that as rewards for students keeping their honor with us and staying involved. So you have that opportunity as well. Next slide. The elevation market is one thing that I'll share that is not centered around only TRIO students. The elevation market is the JCC food pantry and professional clothing closet that we have on campus. And this is available to any JCC student. You do not have to be a TRIO student to utilize this resource. It is for anyone. Next slide, I want to share a couple of things with you. With the elevation market, students, any JCC student can visit the elevation market, the food pantry, 2 times per month. The only thing that we ask is that, again, you are a JCC student. It is housed in the TRIO suite, but it does not only belong to TRIO, so I really want to make that clear to everyone. This is an opportunity or resource for anyone. For the professional side of Elevation Market, it is our professional clothing closet. So you have an interview, but you don't have the funds at this time to purchase a blazer, a tie, a dress, a skirt. JCC may have something for you that you do not have to purchase. You can have it. We ask that you take the outfit, you go to the job interview, and you get that job and one day donate back to the Elevation Market. Students are able to visit the professional clothing closet once per semester. So once per semester. And again, we are always taking donations from students, staff, or faculty. So if you are out there and you'd like to make a donation, please let me know. Next slide. Just wanted to share who we are in TRIO. I've introduced the tutors to you a little earlier. So our staff consists of myself as the director, Ms. Johanna Thatch. She is our success coach, and she works with students with all things academic. So anything dealing with advising, scholarship searches, transferring, things of that nature, Ms. Thatch is the person to contact for that. Ms. Mary Lowry is our learning strategy specialist, and she trains our tutors. She coordinates the schedules for the tutors and makes sure they are available for the students. And Ms. Amanda Best, who is our awesome program assistant, she assists all of us. She assists the staff as well as the students. So if you're ever in our area, we are located in the Wilson building. Whenever we're able to come back on campus, please stop by and see us so that we can assist you. And last slide. If you are interested in joining TRIO and you want to know how, it is very simple. We have a link on the JCC TRIO page where there is an interest form. Simply complete that interest form and your interest form will come to us. We will process it via your JCC email, and we will coordinate our efforts with you through that manner. As Mr. Arnold said, email is very, very important, and that is how we're going to communicate with you. So have any questions, please, I will answer those at this time.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mrs. Carr. We do have a question that came in. Someone would like to know, with the school being closed, is there a way to apply for TRIO online?
Absolutely. The same link With the interest form that I just alluded to, if we could maybe put that back on the screen. If you click on that link and complete the interest form, it's the same exact process.
Awesome. And is the application free?
Absolutely free. And all of our services, again, that we offer, that I talked about, they are free as well.
Dr. Carr, if a student has a question about the application, what should they do?
They can email me directly. I will be happy to answer their question. Our email can be found also, my email can be found on that same link. When you click on that link, it's going to go to our page and it will say meet the staff, and my email is located there, and it'll come directly to me. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
The only other question I see is if or how you guys help with a student that has accessibility type needs during this pandemic.
Absolutely. So we work very closely with the accessibility office, and so we're working with the next gentleman that will be presenting to us this evening. So we work closely together to make sure that we meet the needs of our students during this time.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
To our viewers, if you think of any questions, please don't hesitate to send them in. We're here for you to answer any questions. Also, if you have a question that you come across or you think about later on, please feel free to send us a direct message via Facebook or contact any of our presenters to their personal email. Up next, we have Bruce Pomeroy. He is our Accessibility Services Coordinator. Bruce has been in the post-secondary disability services for many years. Over the years, the one thing that has meant the most to him is having the opportunity to be a part of student success stories and helping students realize their potential, their dreams, and their abilities. Bruce, can you share with our community how they can take advantage of our quality academic accommodation services and support for students with disabilities? Bruce, can you unmute your mic possibly?
Somebody muted me ahead of time. I apologize.
There we are.
Let's start over. Take two. Thank you, Kendra. And thank you for all the folks out there that are taking the time this evening to watch this presentation, because this is a wonderful investment in your future. I want to stress with you tonight that Johnston Community College has a wonderful supportive network, and you've already heard some of the great opportunities and support that are available to you. There are a lot more to explore and find out more about. And because it is near and dear to me, I want to take a few moments to talk to you about the accessibility services component at JCC. The accessibility services component is here to help you realize your abilities, not in any way be discriminated on or be biased because of a disability. The office provides accommodations and support for students with disabilities so that they will have, just as every student is entitled to, an equal opportunity to participate in all aspects of the college and be able to succeed academically. Now, what I want to talk about a little bit this evening are cautionary things. First of all, let's talk about don't end up getting a grade you don't deserve. What do I mean by that? Well, many students with disabilities, when they graduate from high school, think, oh, I'm not going to need accommodations in college, or I don't want to identify myself as a student with a disability, especially if it's one that's not obvious. It is your choice, but you don't want to end up with a grade you don't deserve and be penalized in some way. For those of you this evening, I'm sitting here wearing glasses. I look at those as an accommodation and a support that I need to be successful. Without them going down Route 40 or 70, I could end up with a ticket, or worse yet, an accident. I don't want to get something I don't deserve because I didn't use the accommodations or support I should. Please keep that in mind as you start college as well, so that your grades reflect what they should reflect: your abilities, your talents, and your potential. Your confidentiality will certainly be respected. When you register with our office, We don't identify you, we don't discuss you, we don't share any specific disability information with any faculty or staff on campus without your permission and without you being involved in the process. So your confidentiality is first and foremost with us as well too. We look forward to being a part of your success story. Now let's talk, next slide. Let's talk a little bit about some success strategies and some considerations as you transition from high school to college, all right? I know it's a little different this year. Everything's different in the world right now. But you have graduated from high school, and for most of you, it would have been a ceremony in a huge auditorium or with all your friends and family all around you. The world changed a little bit this year. But you did pass through kind of an invisible door. And for college purposes, and I don't know why it sounds like a dirty word, but you become an adult. And an adult means that you're the person in charge now. Your parents, your family will always be supportive, will always be resources that you rely on, but you will have to make decisions now as you start and go on in college. Student support services, like we've talked about, the other wonderful resources on campus, and certainly accessibility services are all there to help you. But you'll need to make the decision to reach out, to register with them, to find out more about them, to decide to use them. I encourage you so much, please do, because without them, you're not going to realize your full potential. And if you haven't thought about it, because I know you're just getting ready to start college, but this is the last step before the wonderful world of work. Don't you want to come out of college with a wonderful transcript that reflects your talents and abilities and gets you that perfect job that you've always wanted for the rest of your life so that you can enjoy what you do? Don't sell it short, all right? When you pick a degree program in college, I just want to mention as a strategy, take a look at that degree program. Take a look at the requirements for the degree. Look at the specific courses that you're going to have to take for that degree as well, too. Because all students in college will have to meet the requirements for the degree and the courses that they choose. It's a little different, again, as far as being in high school. But make sure, I've never, and no one would ever try to talk you out of not taking a degree program that you're interested in, but make sure you do a little research and make an educated choice as you go forward with what your career is going to be. Now, in accessibility services, and certainly across the campus, our immediate reaction or our philosophy is, oh no, you can't. In accessibility services, we'll look at how can you. So if you have certain requirements for a degree or a course, we're going to work with you to look how we can meet them. A lot of people might say a person that's blind can't become a high school math teacher. I'll tell them that I know a wonderful student I worked with that is not only a very successful high school math teacher, but has won Math Educator of the Year award 3 times in the state of New York. So we look at how can you. Again, we want to take your potential and your abilities, minimize the impact of a disability, and help you be as successful as you can. It's your future. Why not make the most of your opportunity now in college so your future can be all that you want it to be? Next slide. Okay. The next slide you're looking at is kind of a little menu approach of some of the services and support that Accessibility Services offers. And believe me, let me tell you right up front, it's only a kind of general menu. We have an awful lot more to offer, and we don't take a one-size-fits-all approach either. If you come to Johnston Community College with a diagnosis of a learning disability or ADHD or whatever disability, we're not automatically going to assume what works best for you. We're going to work with you to find out what will work best for you. We're going to look at what have you developed as far as success skills yourself, what's worked for you previously in an educational setting, and then we're going to help you look at all the wonderful services and support that we have available at JCC so we can build the best combination of a supportive model for you. So, as the menu says, academic accommodations can vary according to the class requirements and according to your specific disability considerations. Adaptive technology may be something that you haven't been exposed to an awful lot in high school, but it is a great opportunity to build your success skill repertoire. And it's one of those skills, like a lot of these, that will transfer beyond college. It will help you to be successful for the rest of your life as well, too. It will give you success skills that will benefit you. Advocacy, assistance, and training. It's so important to be able to express yourself in a positive and a productive way. We'll help you do that. We'll help you learn how to help everyone appreciate all the talents and abilities you bring with you to the college. Alternative testing can cover extended time, a reduced distraction setting, use of a simple function calculator, whatever is appropriate based on the individual situation. Interpreter services, note-taking, success strategies for learning how to approach requirements, tasks, assignments, testing situations in your classes to get the most out of it with your individual strengths and skills, and with some strategies we can teach you that you might not be aware of. Veterans assistance, our office works with and supports wounded warriors, veterans returning with different types of disabilities, certainly including post-traumatic stress and other emotional or psychological issues as well, too. We are fully supportive. You're welcome to ask any questions you have at this point in time, but I appreciate again, and I did mention it earlier in my part of the presentation, that confidentiality is important. So as you can see, all my contact information is there. You are welcome to get a hold of me directly as well. If you have some specific questions, considerations, or concerns you would like to discuss, I'll be glad to help you with the process of getting registered at JCC for academic accommodations and support. And I just want to close with kind of an emphasis on why we do what we do at JCC. Because we realize that not only will you be successful individually, but you'll have a positive impact on those around you and those you work with and those you affect in your lifetime as well, too. I use a personal example. Years ago, my wife had to have what's called neck fusion surgery. They had to go in and fuse a couple vertebrae in her neck so that it didn't disintegrate further. About a week after the operation, she wakes me up in the middle of the night. She says, "Bruce, I can't move my neck at all." Oh my goodness. We're scared to death. Throw some clothes on, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. You get to the emergency room at the local hospital. That is one scary place at night. Ambulances backing up with crash victims on gurneys, those big doors opening, blood where it's not supposed to be, people crying, screaming. We go in those big doors, and the first thing I hear that night is, "Hi, Bruce." 2 of the nurses on duty that night were graduates of the institution I worked at. One of them had a diagnosis of a learning disability. One of them had a diagnosis of ADHD, attention deficit. But it didn't mean they didn't have talents and abilities as well. And by giving them the opportunity to realize those talents and abilities, as Oprah used to say, it's an aha moment for you when you're standing there and you see those 2 people ready to help you. And they were able to help my wife, and everything was fine. But that's just one example. We want to make you another example of a success story that's going to go on and do great things in your life for yourself and for others. So I'll take any questions you have now, or you're welcome to get a hold of me later.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Bruce. We do have one question I see. It says, will I have to meet all the requirements for the program I'm planning to study?
That's a great question. Whoever asked that, let me answer it as shortly as I can. Of course, in an office like ours, sometimes we qualify for extended time. But what that means is, yes, you will. All right. Section 504 of the rehabilitation law says an otherwise qualified individual will not be discriminated against based on a disability, but otherwise qualified means that with or without accommodations and support, you have to meet the essential skills and requirements of the course you choose. The really bad example I use to drive this one home is if you become a nursing student, you can't qualify for extended time for CPR. You have to meet the requirements in an appropriate way that it's productive and it prepares you for a career in that field. All right, so yeah, you do have to meet them, but there's an awful lot of ways we can help you to strategize to meet them.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Dustin, do we have any other questions from any of our other platforms?
Yeah, so we have a question that came through Messenger about someone saying that they had heard that the college is starting an esports program, or I guess it's electronic sports. Derek, you want to talk more about that?
That would be me. Yes, yes, yes. I'm glad that question came up. Yes, we are starting athletics in collaboration with student activities. We're about to launch our very first competitive NJCAA esports team. So we're very, very excited. We currently have our intramurals going on, which actually we're hosting games such as FIFA, Rocket League 1v1, Rocket League 2v2, NBA 2K, I'm sorry. But we're very excited about our esports team, our Jaguar esports teams that's going to be coming up. Probably going to be launching, if not in the fall, definitely in the spring. And we're very, very excited about that opportunity to introduce a new athletic program to the college and to our students. Some of the games we'll be participating in. Some of the teams, Overwatch, Apex Legends, Fortnite, even. So, if esports is something that you're interested in, feel free to drop me a line by email or just simply give me a call and let's talk about it. But we're very, very excited about the opportunity to begin our quest and starting our very own NJCAA competitive esports team. That's a great question. Thanks.
Hey, Derek, thank you so much. So explain that just a little further. Do people play just at their house? I'm not a gamer, so explain for the layman or the lay people what that looks like.
Well, since we'll have a competitive team, we'll actually have computers right on campus. So our team will actually have a team room. And with that team room, it'll house their computers that they compete on. So that almost just as you think about it as their own gym, that's their platform and that's their arena will be the esports lab where they'll actually be competitive when they'll be competitive in the game in the leagues in which that we are enrolled in, that we register for, and and practices will also be conducted in that room. So it's a team sport, it's a team event, and it'll be housed right there on campus.
That's exciting.
Awesome, thank you so much. We have a question for Bruce. How do you apply for accessibility services?
At the present time, we're still working on some of the transition. The name of the office used to be Disability Services, and now it's going to be Accessibility Services. So if you contact me directly, I will be glad to help you with the process, and we'll get you all set up.
Thank you so much. We will wait a few more minutes to see if we have any other questions that may come through. But if you are thinking of questions after we're done streaming today, please take advantage of our employee directory on our homepage at the very bottom. Our homepage is www.johnstoncc.edu. Thank you to everyone for streaming with us today. Please be sure to share this video to help us reach others in our community. If you aren't already, be sure to tap the like button on our page and change it to JCC Blue to stay up to date with all of the exciting things happening on campus. Stay informed on our important news as well as upcoming important dates. Remember that our fall 2020 application is open and you can apply online from the comfort of your couch right now after this live stream is over at www.johnstoncc.edu www.jcc.edu/apply. And registration for courses for fall 2020 will begin on June 15th. At this time, I don't see any other questions coming in. Thank you guys for commenting. Please send us some thumbs up and some hearts while you're live streaming with us. Dustin, do we have any other questions from any of our other platforms?
I do not see any other questions at this time, Kendra. Thank you.
No problem. Well, thank you again. Thank you to everyone who's streaming with us. We appreciate you being here with us tonight. Again, if you have any additional questions, please reach out to our presenters via their email, and we'll give them a nice hearty wave and some thumbs up, and we are out for the night. Thank you. Awesome. We did have a question come in. A student would like to know, is there an interest form for esports?
We will be putting up a questionnaire on our athletic webpage, JCC Jaguar Pride. That's going to encompass a questionnaire for all interested students to join and be a part of our esports team.
All right.
But definitely be on the lookout just for as far as advertisements and promotions coming up.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.